From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Well, it's definitely warming up out there, and it's not just the heat that we've got to contend with, but thunderstorms as well. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get you right into it. We've got the mountain and valley thunderstorms, and they're going to start tomorrow. And yes, you're reading that correctly, mountain and valley. The valley could see some activity here. And then really, off and on all of next week, we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly for the mountains. But again, the valley could see some on Monday and possibly even on Tuesday. And that heat wave, that's going to continue through at least Thursday of next week. And then by the end of next week, those temperatures will start to drop. So here's what we have in store for us tonight. Temperatures in the mid 70s for those overnight lows. Still pretty mild for those overnight lows. And that's one of the contributing factors to these heat advisories and excessive heat warnings is when you don't get much relief overnight from the heat. And that's kind of what we're seeing here, at least for the valley here, with temperatures only dropping down into the mid 70s. And for the mountains, looks like we're going to be in the probably upper 60s by 8 o'clock in the morning, upper 60s to low 70s. And then by the afternoon, not quite the triple digits, but it's getting up there. It's getting close. We're talking mid to upper 90s. I mean, some of us could touch 100 degrees, especially places like western Siskiyou County, places like Happy Camp, for example, could get over 100 degrees here. But notice the lightning strikes too. We are going to be looking at a chance for showers and thunderstorms kind of picking up from the east and making their way to the west. And you'll see that on Futurecast here in a second. Let's talk about that fire danger. And we're going to take you into Monday, and there you can see all the areas in red here. This is where we have the potential for lightning strikes. Okay, so when you have the lightning strikes, then you have the potential for some dry lightning strikes as well. So that's something we'll be on the lookout for. That'll continue on into your Tuesday for many parts of Northern California as well. And then more lightning strikes are certainly going to be in the forecast, but it's going to be less widespread by the time we get into, say, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. All right, so take a look at your severe outlook. Almost all of Northern California is in green, which basically means there's a chance for thunderstorms, right? And then we go into your Tuesday of next week. Again, all of Northern California, that chance for thunderstorms. So we've got that the next few days and even thereafter, especially for the mountains. All right, let's walk you through the timing of all of this. And here you can see by 3 p.m. tomorrow, we're seeing the bulk of the activity down to the south and east, especially down into Plumas County. Now, one thing I want to mention, these are looking pretty intense. This particular forecast model has been fairly aggressive with the overall intensity of these storms, so they may not be as strong as what we're seeing here, but I think it's a pretty good representation of the timing of when we're going to start to see things happen. By 5 p.m. tomorrow, we're beginning to see some activity in the valley. Now, it's not out of the question for some thunderstorms in the valley as well. This is all going to be moving from east to west because that's the flow around the area of low pressure that's to our south. Think of low pressure. Low pressure is counterclockwise, right? So you have low pressure to our south, that counterclockwise flow. On the north end of that low, you have those winds blowing from east to west. So a lot of this, what we call orographic thunderstorms, where the winds blow up the mountains, lifts up that air. That's the instability that you need for the thunderstorms to develop. Now, partially what we see here for the valley could be what we call convective thunderstorms. We get the daytime heating that rises into the cooler air loft, and we see those thunderstorms developing as well. So a little combination of both is what's going to give us that chance for activity in the valley. That's 5 p.m. on Monday. Now we take in about 10 p.m. on Monday. We're beginning to see things clear out and dry out down to the south and east, but still some activity to the north and west of us by then. Now we're going to take you into Tuesday. Now Tuesday is another chance for more showers and thunderstorms. Only this time, probably not as widespread. Thunderstorms probably not as strong either. So that will mean the chances for activity in the valley will be slimmer, but they'll be there nonetheless. Here's 5 p.m. Tuesday. You see the showers and thunderstorms for Modoc County, Lassen, Plumas, and of course the mountains of Shasta, Tehama and Butte counties, and even some activity in Siskiyou County and off to the west of that. We go to about 7 p.m. Tuesday. We could see some of those weaker thunderstorms as they come down the mountainside into the valley, produce a few showers here. Now, it's not entirely out of the question for a straight thunderstorm as we go into Tuesday evening for the valley as well. And there's those thunderstorms off into Siskiyou County. Now we take you into about Tuesday, 11 o'clock, still maybe a few stray showers, and then it should dry out by the time we get into Wednesday for the valley at least. But as we look at the longer range forecast model, let's take you on into Wednesday. Now, don't take this to be the exact locations, but what I want to illustrate here is that each and every single day, somewhere in the mountains, there will be a chance for showers and thunderstorms. There's next Friday. even into next weekend, we're looking at the potential as well. There's a look at Saturday, and then we take you on into Sunday next weekend as well. Again, more activity is going to be in the forecast. So we're going to have to continue to monitor this here. All right, switching gears over to the heat now. There you can see we do have basically excessive heat warnings and heat advisories across the board here. Bottom line, it's going to be hot. This is a prolonged heat wave I've been talking about since last week, and it looks like it's going to hold true at least through Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you are, and then the temperatures will start to drop. In fact, the trend for Redding, which is the overall same basic idea and trend that we're seeing across Northern California, is hottest temperatures will be through Wednesday. They start to dip, and we see a nice big drop in those temperatures by the time we get into next weekend and even into that next week as well. But this is going to be that prolonged heat wave, which is why we have the excessive heat warnings and heat advisories through at least the middle of next week. Here's what we expect for tonight. Mainly clear skies, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s for the valley. And then, of course, for the mountains, temperatures in the 40s, 50s, and even some 60s in there as well. All right, so a hot day. Now, what you're noticing here are a couple of things. Number one, the heat. But number two, you'll notice everywhere at least has those lightning strikes, maybe even a few showers out along the coast, but late in the day, probably closer to the evening and overnight hours, Monday night into Tuesday. But we do have a chance for showers, and we do have a chance for thunderstorms pretty much everywhere you go in Northern California, and it will progressively get better and better chances as we go into the evening hours out towards the valley. So here's your 7-day outlook. You see this? We do have all the way through next weekend a chance for off and on showers and thunderstorms. Now, don't take this. If you live in Alturas, for example, don't look at this and go, oh man, we've got thunderstorms every day. Most likely not. There are going to be days it will be close. Then there'll be days that you will see some isolated showers and thunderstorms here. Some days stronger than others. But overall, we're kind of getting into this trend where we have the moisture available. And with the daytime heating throughout the day, we could be looking at the potential for what we call these convective thunderstorms that we typically see this time of the year. Taking a look at the valley, it's a bit of a different story. The best chances for thunderstorms will be late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Now, as we go into Tuesday, there will be another chance for showers, but the thunderstorms overall won't be as strong on Tuesday. So by the time they move down the mountains, they'll probably die out significantly. So we could see some stray showers on Tuesday, especially Tuesday evening. And we could also see a stray thunderstorm, but those chances for thunderstorms I think will be slimmer by Tuesday. After that, no more thunderstorms or showers. Ooh, I just bumped into my small space, into my desk over here. It's the beauty of it all. All right. But let's take a look at that 7-day outlook here. There you can see those temperatures are still pretty hot all the way through at least Thursday. Will be 100 degrees or higher. After that, the temperatures will start to drop. And we've got that really nice drop in our temperatures by the weekend.